Hey guys, Vince here. So I've just arrived at the Global Rainbow Foundation. Here it is here. And I've come to meet an old friend. He's actually a lecturer from mine from 2007 when I came to study in Mauritius. Anyway, let's go inside and meet BJ and see what the Global Rainbow Foundation is all about. Hello BJ.
Hi Vincent.
How are you?
Welcome to Global Rainbow Foundation.
Thank you very much. So here we are with BJ. I'm going to let him introduce himself, tell us a little bit about Global Rainbow Foundation and what they do here.
Hi, so I'm BJ Ramcha. I'm the training manager here, in fact. So I look after all the aspects of training for Global Rainbow Foundation. Global Rainbow Foundation was set up back in 2011 by Professor Hoffmann, who had this vision and this inspiration to create a center for people who had certain type of disabilities, and also for those who are a little bit underprivileged within the society. So right now you are at the Jaipur Foot Workshop. Jaipur Foot Workshop is I would say the heart and soul of Global Rainbow Foundation. This is where we cater for the various physical disabilities that people have. It could be people not having a certain limb, and we cater for those people. The thing is, we manufacture those prostheses internally here based on the various requirements of those people. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the name says Jaipur because we are related to the Jaipur, India as well. So it's a big relation that we have, because there are certain trainings and certain materials that has been, and the intellectual properties also have been transferred here in terms of the building of those prostheses here. So we also partner with a few local organizations in terms of the research and development. Just to mention briefly, we have the University of Technology who's partnering with us for biometric hand. It's a project that they are doing, but they're partnering with us because we're already within this space, and we're catering for those people who are really in need. So it's a one-stop shop for them as well. So I'll just give you a tour of what we have right now, and I'll introduce you to one of our technicians. So here's the mold that we use normally, and this is the machine that we use for getting those into shape, to molding and turning these to the actual prosthetics.
Just a little introduction to one of the staff we have here. Please tell us your name and tell us what you do here.
Hello, I am Warren Valentin. I am the technician of Jaipur Foot Mauritius Center.
Thank you very much.
Himself is an amputee.
Is that?
He's an amputee.
Really? Okay.
Yes, and he is employed here on a full-time basis, and he enjoys doing what he does. You should come here during the day, probably listen to him singing and working at the same time. So he enjoys doing whatever he's doing, and at the same time he manages to create a certain easiness for the people who come in here, along with the manager Asha, who's not here right now, to make them comfortable, because they're already under huge stress. We can imagine. They come in here, they get all these measurements, all the measurements, all these fittings that needs to be done. And also, it's not only the building side of it, we also do the repairs of the prostheses as well. So once we've given something to someone, if down the line, 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, they have certain issues with the prostheses, so they come back and we do the repairs as well. We also do repairs for wheelchairs. Combien à peu près une paire à une nouvelle? On connaît un chiffre là, 2300, 2500. We've already given at least 2,500 prostheses since the creation of this department.
2,500?
500.
2,500 prosthetics have already been
given to people for the beneficiaries, in terms of depending on their requirements, specific requirements that they have. So more to come.
Fantastic.
More to come.
Fantastic.
Given that we are in a particular field where it's sometimes difficult for people to come to you because of their disabilities that they have. So what we have done is we've partnered with other organizations, corporates in the private sector, who have happily donated or partnered with us or funded certain things that we need to get to the people. One of that being this multi-purpose van. This multi-purpose van, as you can see, there's Indian Oil, our logo for Global Rainbow Foundation. This van, we use it for the medical camps that we do, medical events that we do. So what we do, we go to certain regions which we know are a bit in certain zones which are not very favorable in terms of the quality of living, the status of the people, and also probably with people who have certain disabilities there but they cannot move out there. So what we do, we go and do the outreach, we go towards them. So with our partners, we're able to do this. This van is literally whatever you've just seen here.
Oh, it's a mobile version
Yes.
of what we've just seen. Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
So
Very
that's
cool.
exactly what it is. And we
incredible.
also, this is also converted into a medical camp that we normally do. So when this goes out, there is a full team that goes along with this. So we have this department, then you'll have the other department that I'll make you visit in a few minutes, is the medical department, which is where you have doctors, physiotherapists, psychologists, even lawyers, etc., etc. So everyone goes along with this for that specific event. So this van is very precious to us.
Fantastic. Very cool.
So as you can see, yes, and also we have a very good funding from European Union as well. So they are partnering with us on the whole project. So these are all our, as you can see, mobile maintenance unit, Jaipur.
Beautiful. Can you tell where does the Global Rainbow Foundation currently get its funding from? I mean, you've got obviously got expenses.
Yes, we do. We have projects, as I've just mentioned, with the European Union. We have a project for the past 3-4 years, and that project is ending by this year. But we're hoping that we're going to get renewed. But again, any project that we are funded, we have monitoring, we have reports, we have all sorts of KPIs that we have to submit to these people or to these organizations, European being one of them. It's also from the individuals or from the corporate side, if there is any funding, again the same process and procedures kicks in. So we have those KPIs, we have those in terms of feedbacks that we need to give to the people and tell them how the money is being used. European Union, we have a sort of, I would say it's compulsory for us because there are certain rules and contracts in place that there are KPIs that we have to give to them. So use funding as well. This particular unit, this is the rehabilitation treatment center.
Okay, so tell me, BJ, what is this particular building that we are visiting now?
This is more of the medical side of the facilities that we offer to the people, which includes various types of services like occupational therapy, therapists, doctors, GPs, psychologists. We even have massage, etc., etc. So it's a full-fledged unit that we have here that caters for, once again, it's all type of disabilities that we offer. Right, so I think you've just seen the list of the various facilities. So I'll just make a quick round of what we have. Bonjour, messieurs, dames, une petite visite. As you can see, medical examination, that's for the GP. Yeah. The general practitioner is there. This is exactly what I was mentioning to you earlier. This is our statistics for the European Union. Okay. So these are the things that we've done in terms of the figures. So you can see 19, 20, 21, and we have the last one is for 2022. So we are still on, so that will be updated pretty soon. As you can see,
a bigger board.
It gets updated all the time. This one we use it for dressings mainly. So you can have a look. Mainly for dressings and small patch-ups. That's what we normally do. Interesting thing, Vincent, here is that the services that we offer are more of the time at a very reduced rate compared to what they would have paid externally. The main reason being, one, we are funded by institutions like European Union and other partners that partner with us, sponsors, etc., etc. So we can afford to offer a full medical checkup to someone at a really reduced rate, and this is why also people come to us in a certain way. That the services that we're offering are not less than what they would be getting outside in any case. So we have a full-fledged, but we do not do.
But in comparison to the public health, which is free, why would someone choose to come here?
We have certain specialties here which are not offered within the public sector.
Gotcha.
And also, as you know, within the public sector, the long queues, the waiting lines, etc., etc. It's get a bit difficult for them, especially if you have people who have, for example, who have lost a limb or are not in a position to wait for a longer period of time. So we do it on a meeting basis. This is what your schedule is. You come and we work on the schedule as well. So it's more of a individual approach for each of these people compared to probably what you would get in the public sector.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just for that individual approach that we have here. So this is a common area that we use for physiotherapists. As you can see, all these tools. This is the walking frame. You can see those steps, ladders, and everything. So this is where we use that for enabling people rehabilitation and everything that we do. So these are all the tools from here. You have literally consultation rooms. This is the physiotherapy. That's Daksha. She's one of our therapists.
Bonjour.
I'm good. This is Vincent. This is
Hello.
Anissa.
Hello. Vincent, very nice to meet you. So we're just going to say hello to Anissa. Anissa, would you like to just introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Hi, I'm Anissa. I'm a health psychologist at Global Rainbow Foundation. I actually work with children and adults as well. I especially work with people with stroke. I was working in UK for the Stroke Association, so I have lots of experience with this kind of people. I also do family counseling. If I don't work with, actually don't work with children under 5 years old, so I do family counseling because here we have lots of person with disabilities, so I actually help their families and everything. And I'm also in charge of the hydrotherapy project.
Fantastic. Anissa, thank you so much for that.
The kids come.
This is a pediatric occupational therapy. Okay.
This is the room.
Multi-sensory room.
All these
Okay.
senses.
Very nice, cool.
Neuro.
Neuro rehabilitation. Okay.
This is the Clubfoot Pediatric Automatic Rehabilitation Center. This is specifically meant for mainly for children who have clubfoot. So we do the rehabilitation, we do the treatments and the follow-ups with children who are born with clubfoot.
Gotcha.
I'll show you some. So as you can see, the kids who are born with feet which are clogged. So we provide braces, we provide treatments, we provide the physiotherapy. That's everything that is done here. The bicycles, a couple of these, and again the walking frame that we use there. So as you can see, it's more of therapy than medication.
Yeah.
So it's more on that side. President's office and also our training center. So that's Mr. Hoffmann's office. I hope it is in the line. This is the studio. This is our studio.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Green screens everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. This is our studio, internal studio that we use for various types of programs that we do. And most of the programs are carried out on my Facebook. We have weekly sessions. We currently have Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We have specific themes for each of the day. And the programs are run by our partners, by our employees mainly. This whole setup, we met Danny below. He had a huge hand in setting this up on his own. So he's very good at all those sound materials, all those equipments and everything. So he helped us a lot in achieving what we have achieved here today. Now, the other thing I think it's worth mentioning is, when you're doing, you can put it here. When you're doing such an activity which impacts the lives of so many people, because don't forget, if you have one person in a particular family who has lost a limb, for example, it's not only that person who's concerned, it's the whole family that gets impacted as well. So the impact of that is huge. This is the training room.
So
this is the training center that we have. We are on the way of prepping it up a little bit more. We've had some partnerships lately from certain organizations who would like to partner with us and beef this up in terms of computers, in terms of digital equipment, etc., etc. So we are partnering with them. And this is a common area we use for training, definitely, but we also use for our staff meetings when we have our meetings at least once a month, or other meetings that we normally do. You see this space,
Yeah.
which is right here. This is where we have a project as from this year and probably come to fruition by mid of next year. We also have regional offices, so this is our main headquarters that we are here, where we operate from, but we also have regional offices in Brazil, Belrose, Mayberg, and we also have in Rodrigues. So we're also present there. So we have a physical office, some people managing and everything. Interestingly enough, I can say that where this has been more of an effect, or more of the things that we do has been recognized, is during the pandemic, where when we had the closure of the island, and certain categories of people who are having difficulties in terms of getting food, basic necessities, etc. So we've provided at least 2,000 to 2,500 food packs with the help of partners, and this is where these regional offices have been key to us in terms of going for the distributions throughout the island and even in Rodrigues.
Good afternoon, myself Asha Kanusami. I'm the manager of the Jaipur Food Department. In the Jaipur Food Department, we make prosthesis and orthosis for amputees and people who have deformation problem. And we have started Jaipur Food in 2013, and since 2013 we have already given 2,500 prostheses to amputees.
This is the founder, Dr. Biagunat Gabaran. He was an ex-minister as well, so that's his place, Minister of Social Security, you can see here. Okay. He was a member of Parliament as well. So that's his place that we use. As you can see there, the place was called Gandhi Ashram. There's on top that is given there. So that's his name. So he donated, his trust donated this place to Global Rainbow Foundation, and this is what we have turned it into, making it a full-fledged rehabilitation center for those people underprivileged, and at the same time for the people who have certain sort of disability.
Hey guys, so I just finished up at the Global Rainbow Foundation. It was an absolute privilege to have such a lovely guided tour around the facility and to meet all the staff. I didn't get to capture all the people that I met, but it became very apparent to me that everyone working there, they're all very, very passionate about what they do. They take pride in their work and they're here to make a difference. You know, prior to arriving at the Global Rainbow Foundation, I had some ideas of how I thought it would be, and I must say it exceeded my expectations, or hopes I should say, of what they were doing and how they were doing it. So I'm not a professional YouTuber or vlogger, so please excuse me if the video is not of a very high quality from a production perspective, but I hope that I have put enough information out there for people to see or to learn a bit more about the Global Rainbow Foundation and what they do. I will also be writing a blog, so it's also in black and white and people can read about it if they don't want to watch a video. That's it guys. I'll be making various updates and content about the Global Rainbow Foundation as well as other organizations as and when I meet them.